Welcome, everybody, to episode number 3 of Turn the Power On with Dr. Christina. That's me. Welcome this morning. I'm recording live this morning, but we'll be putting this out on our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook later. Unedited, raw, real conversations for the health and healer, the health and human healer out there. Okay, I have created this podcast for those of you that are spiritually conscious in your business. Maybe you're a chiropractor, maybe you're a Reiki master, maybe you are an animal chiropractor. And I'm going to be landing here every week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, putting out episodes every week for you to whatever feels good to share, whatever comes to my heart, whatever comes through into to me to share with you. And today I have a really fun topic from a deck of cards that I've had for some time. It's a business building deck of cards, and I pulled a card today, and it's not really a tarot card or anything. They're literally just cards with some words on the back. And I purchased these from oillife.com quite some time ago. These cards are not mine. These cards are Quinn Curtis and Ashlee Miller. Their website is fueledwithjoy.com, and they have some wonderful business building tools that I've used over the years. Love this card deck. So the card that I pulled today makes the best topic for my podcast. It's called I Ignite the Liberators. And so I Ignite the Liberators to me means I needed to literally go to the dictionary on my phone this morning and make sure I knew exactly what the word liberate and a liberator was, because if I'm going to talk about a topic today, it's pretty important to know a little bit more about it. So, the word liberate, I had to look that up. It's a deep, big word when we think about liberating freedom of the slaves. Like that was a word that was used, over 100 years ago or more, right? The word liberate is used in that language a lot. But if we were to just put it into more of a generalized term, liberation or liberate means to set free from a situation. Okay? So to liberate means to set free from a situation. We're going to dive more into that today and what I feel that means for myself and for potentially you, healer, chiropractor, okay, whoever's listening today. Spiritually conscious entrepreneurs, those of you that are, doing health and healing, doing spiritual health and healing in your practice, want to have a business that has spiritual consciousness within it, including chiropractors. You are all doing it all day long. Some of you might dive more into it like myself and some of my other colleagues, and some of you might just really be just focusing on, just really truly helping people with that nervous system. But really, ultimately, everyone, chiropractors, you guys are truly liberators. Massage therapists, you're liberators. Healers and light workers and, animal communicators, you're truly liberators. You're liberators helping somebody or some place or something or an animal, setting them free from a situation. You healer, you light worker, you chiropractor, you have that power to help them. Okay, so what's the biggest thing about being a liberator, in my opinion? Let's go back real quick. A liberator then is a person who liberates a person or place from an imprisonment or oppression. An imprisonment or oppression. That's the Webster's dictionary version of that. Okay, so let's talk about this topic today. I ignite the liberators. You ignite the liberators. Even if you're not in the health and healing realm, if you're a mother, an aunt, a sister, a grandmother, a father, a son, if you are alive, you are a liberator. You have the ability to shapeshift people, places, things, this world one day at a time. Okay, so if I can do it, you can do it. All right, let's repeat after me. If I can do it, you can do it. What does that mean? Finding your passion, finding your purpose, and landing in it. Most of the time, for people that are struggling out there, if you're struggling in your finances, if you're struggling in your health and wellness, if you're struggling in your relationships, it's because you're not doing the things you love to do, guys. This is like a public service announcement podcast today, and I sure don't want to talk about this for 40 minutes today, but if I have to, I sure will. I want to share with you my juicy moments around this topic of being a liberator, of igniting the liberators. You're out there, okay? I'm here to help lift you up. You are not alone, okay? You healers and light workers out there, you are not alone. You have never been alone, okay? But it can feel real lonely after the last 2 years, right? So here we are to land and to purge the last 2 years, show up fully as ourselves, to no longer be afraid to shine, share your truth, use your voice, okay? Maybe it's you're also wanting to start a podcast. All you need is your phone and a microphone. Get to work, get to work, get to work. You have something to say. I have something to say. Mentors, coaches, light workers, health and wellness coaches. You're out there. You're out there. You're out there. People need you. They need your guidance. They need to know that they can help heal themselves. That's really what I'm doing here at the office all day long, all year long, since the beginning of, I've started this practice in 2018. Okay, and then the pandemic hit, and so what happened is nothing changed. Nothing changed. That message was still clear. Okay, I liberate the liberators, or I ignite the liberators. You're stuck in a situation, you're stuck in your emotions, you're stuck in your body, or you're stuck in pain, or you're stuck in a crappy mindset. Do you need to come in for an attitude adjustment? I do it all the time. Okay? I literally have this piece of wood that's carved out that says attitude adjuster on the wall. It's kind of a joke, but it's truly, truly kind of a real thing to remind myself is I also need to up level and be a better person, to be a better practitioner. And that's also the guidance that I want to give you in these podcasts, you guys, is you chiropractor, you healer, you light worker, you need to do the work. Okay, you need to take your healing seriously. Okay, not just to regulate your nervous system, healer and light worker, you need to heal your nervous system. And I'm going to share more about how I've been doing that over the last 7 years. This takes time, this takes effort, this takes work, and I'm not better than anyone else on the road. But here's the thing, I'm going to tell you the hard lessons. I'm going to show you what it's like to just do it anyway when you're scared, when that courage isn't always there to say what you need to say, or to, really show up for a patient, or to really show up for a friend or family member when they're in grief or hurting. Show up. What do you have to lose? I talked about this in the first 2 episodes with Turn the Power On. I want you guys to know that every one of you that's listening to this, you have the power to liberate. You have the power to ignite the liberator in yourself. You have the power truly to do anything. And you have the power. I have a new sign in the adjustment room that says, it's stitched, and it says, you have the power to change anything. You have the power to change anything. And I have to, as a guide, as a facilitator, as a doctor, teacher, healer, I am responsible to at least plant the seeds for you all that are in my practice. It is so important for me to be the light, share the things that are simple as, did you know that your body is a self-healing organism? It doesn't need a whole lot more than what you have right here underneath this skin, or on this skin, within this meat suit. You don't need a whole lot more, guys. Okay? We're tired. We're depressed. We're anxious. The people that I'm serving, because you're seeking for things outside of yourself. You're seeking things outside of yourself for your next big gig, if you will. But you need to search within yourself. The healing comes from within. Okay, when we produce a chiropractic adjustment on a newborn, a child, or an adult, the chiropractor isn't really responsible for any of that healing. You are. You heal you. You do the work, liberator. Okay? So today is all about, I ignite the liberators. And this card is amazing. And I'm going to read from the back of it. Again, these cards, this deck of cards I got from oillife.com. Many of you know that I'm a wellness advocate with doTERRA. I am a certified doTERRA wellness advocate, which means I use products from that company all day, every day, in my home, in my practice, okay? I've gotten to become an expert with essential oils over the last 4 years with this company. This oillife.com is owned by Elise Chedevy. Her and her husband own oillife.com, which carries products like this. Amazing people. Find them on Instagram. Elise Chedevy, I think it's Sediv. They're helping the people over in Ukraine right now. Amazing leaders in doTERRA. Thank you, Elise. If you are ever going to watch this, thank you to Elise and Patrick. I think your husband's name is Patrick. Thank you for also creating Oil Life for people like my patients in my community to go to get products for their home, including books about essential oils, how to build their business, fun things like this. This is fun stuff. And again, if you're not having fun with your job or you're fun with your work, it's time to consider doing something else. That's also why I created this podcast. Work should be fun. It's not always fun being a health conscious entrepreneur, a spiritually conscious entrepreneur, a healer, a light worker. It's not easy. We are We have many hats, literally many hats all the time, us entrepreneurs. And those of you that are entrepreneurs that are listening, whether you're in health and wellness or finance or real estate or whatever, you know that there's many hats that you wear, but it's what you almost have to do. You thrive. And we're going to talk more about human design. I have dove, is that the word? I didn't do so well in English in school. Anyway, I have dove into my human design chart personally for myself. I dove into it last kind of like around Christmas time, and we're going to talk more about that. I think it's really important as a tool especially for spiritually conscious entrepreneurs, to know a little bit more about your human design chart. It's not quite like astrology, but it's a little deep dive. I'm actually a sacral manifesting generator, and manifesting generators are like 60% of the people on the planet. Okay, we run on our own energy, but we are also very susceptible to burnout. Sacral manifesting generators like myself must have multiple things to do. They must shine, including myself, must shine or liberate all of their gifts in order to be successful, not only for themselves, but just to be like the best version of themselves. So we're going to talk more about human design. You will find human design free charts that you can plug your birth date. You have to have your name, your birth date, the place you were born, and the exact time you were born to be able to run this chart. And I do know that my mentor with human design is going to be doing a live tonight. Her name's Jazz of Moon, Jasof Moon. Jazz of Moon on Instagram tonight, 9 p.m. She's doing a live on Instagram, Jazz of Moon. I might just put that in the show notes here when I'm done as well. Tonight, March 23rd, she's going to be launching some new stuff, and I've learned so much from her, you guys. She's actually in Bali, I believe, right now, and I paid for some of her information around human design, and it's just completely, truly liberated me being kind of stuck in how I'm launching new services, how I'm niching my new services, including the animal chiropractic. So for those of you that are animal chiropractors or you're launching your services, stay in your lane. I'm going to focus with dogs and horses. If I start taking reptiles and chickens and goats, and I'm going to be overwhelmed. I'm dog and horse. That's part of my human design is staying in your lane and knowing what feeds you, knowing with your gut. Using your gut, sacral manifesting generators, you're going to use your gut to make all your decisions. It's either a hell's yes or it's a hell's no. We'll talk more about human design. Let's get back on track, because I know those of you that know me, I get some downloads that come in and I'll go off on another tangent, come back to the purpose of today's podcast. I ignite the Liberators. These cards, Quinn Curtis and Ashlee Miller designed. Fueledwithjoy.com. You can also get these cards there. It's actually a deck. Let me grab them. It's a big deck of cards. Okay. I suppose there's a couple dozen here. So I love card decks because I like to have fun. And when I draw a card, I have another card deck that I use over here too. It's a meditation deck. I draw a card from my card deck. It's an inspiring portion of my morning. It's part of the beginnings of a meditation that I will do before I start working with my patients every day. I Ignite the Liberators card says this, guys. This is pretty cool. Please listen. You conscious entrepreneurs, you health and healers, you light workers, if you are putting your hands on people, you are a healer. Okay, even if you're a mother, you're a healer. If you're a daughter, you're a healer. Okay, this is for anyone, but if you have a spiritually conscious business, this is really important for you, so please listen. Your work is more than just a business. Your work is a calling and part of your personal quest for joy. Okay, that's big. I get goosebumps. Never forget that you are doing more than working to create an income. For truly, it is always more than that, right? All right? It's always more than that. Look around. There are so many humans that are broken, lost, trapped, and forgotten. Your work exists to help the helpless and bring hope to the hopeless. Let me repeat that. Your work, whatever it is, those of you that are listening, whatever it is, even if you are a baker, a daycare provider, whatever it is, your work exists to help the helpless and bring hope to the hopeless. Okay, we're not preaching here today, but that sounds a little preachy to me. And that's exactly what we're here to do. We're here to live on this planet the work that God has given us to do.
Okay, that's what we're here to do, folks. If you can't accept that, you're going to struggle in your life. Okay, you are meant to find what God has meant for you to do. If it's a profession or if it's, not a profession, but I was very lucky to find that my profession is also my calling. It's not always the case for many people. It eventually will become that for you. So again, your work exists to help the helpless and bring hope to the hopeless. You are engaged in a rescue, a personal quest to make a difference in big ways. Your work, it's in quotes here, your work is essential to the big picture because you ignite the liberators. You ignite the liberators. Inspire and spark others to join you in your personal mission, and you will shake up the world. Stand in your own power, spark vision into those around you, and then get fired up about their passion projects. So help others with businesses. That's kind of what I think I'm doing here too, right? I'm trying to help you guys understand that happiness comes when you stand into your purpose and you find the work that you're meant to do and you share it with others and you share the gift with others and you liberate others, getting them out of situations, okay? Helping them to heal themselves, helping them to get out of a financial crisis, helping them with a natural solution, helping them with a connection to another practitioner. Whatever it is, being the light for them, getting them to the appropriate help that they need, okay? As these firecrackers rise up, so the people that we are serving, healers, light workers, chiropractors, as we light up our firecrackers, they rise up. You rise up. They will naturally choose to liberate and ignite others. So this is just this big snowball effect. You pass it on, they pass it on, they pass it on, they pass it on. That's what it's like. And that's what's really, a liberator is truly just a leader. What's the difference? A liberator is a leader that has maybe a little bit more courage, uses their gifts appropriately, their spiritual gifts. If you are gifted as a writer, you have the ability to liberate others. If you are a gifted musician, you have the ability to liberate others. If you're a chiropractor, you have the ability to give hope to the hopeless. Does this all make sense? I really hope that whoever's listening to this today out there in the big internet across the world, that you, liberator, you take charge today. What can you do today to help somebody? So again, as these firecrackers rise up, they will naturally choose to liberate and ignite others. Your tribe will spread like wildfire. What are you waiting for? Go ignite the liberators. Amazing. That card, I woke up this morning. I don't know how many of you wake up in the morning, even if you love your work, you love your family, you love your relationships, you love the things, but you can sometimes just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. And I kind of had one of those mornings this morning. And when I have those mornings, you guys, it's I can't pull the covers over my head and not go to work. My work, people are expecting me to be there to help them. Okay, there are days where you have to call in sick guys. I understand that. Especially if you're a healer, you definitely need to take your times off. But when it's shift time, when it's adjusting time, it's time to get to work. Okay? At least that's for me. I very rarely ever call in sick, you guys, because very rarely ever call in sick while I'm my own boss. But I very ever rarely, unless if it's weather related or traveling, coming back from Kansas recently a month ago, I got stuck in Watertown, South Dakota in a hotel due to the I-29 being closed. So it's very rare when you are lit up and your nervous system is under healing and has regulation like mine does. What happens is you finally find the ability to show up. You show up even if you have those bad days, okay? Health comes from working on that nervous system. Health comes from stepping in and shining your light in the things that you love to do, including coaching, mentoring other people, which is what I do all day here at the office, okay? Starting this podcast or these sessions that I'm offering on Instagram and our YouTube channel, I just really feel like the wisdom that I've learned and the mistakes I've made. I said it yesterday, the hot messes and the hot wins. That's what I'm here to share with you. So like a day like today, wasn't feeling my best. Woke up on the wrong side of the bed. I had a choice to make. We all have a choice to make on those days, okay? And there are days where I know some of you are struggling and you just call in sick and you put the covers over your eyes, or you text in sick because it's even easier than calling. I know what that's like. I've been there. However, what I'm trying to tell you today is I am trying to ignite the liberators. You, even if you're in a funk right now and you're listening to this, just know that this too shall pass. And what I'm going to encourage you to do, if you are maybe in a funk right now, or you're purging from the last 2 years of a lot of emotions and you don't quite know where they need to go, make yourself a list, get yourself a sheet of paper, write down the things that you love to do, and you start there. Okay? Get out and pet a horse. They're going to change you. Go to the gym. Go get a group of friends and go for a picnic. Call up a friend and go to the MSUM Planetarium, which I'm going to do April 5th. You, liberator, even if you're down right now, friends don't know if you're not feeling good. You or in a funk, you have to maybe reach out and say, hey, I'd love to go to supper. And then you can go to supper and have those conversations with those friends and let them know what's going on with you. Okay, it's time, you guys. I was at a restaurant last night with my partner, Matt, and it was full. We went to Sammy's Pizza downtown Fargo, and it was full. I have never seen it so full. People are ready to go back out. People are ready to liberate, if you will. They're igniting their lives back. People are going back to restaurants. They're full. I'm happy to see that. We leave large tips. Sunday I had lunch with my sponsor, my recovery sponsor, on Sunday, and we had the wrong food come out. We sat and waited for 20 minutes to be sat, all the things. But it's called being compassionate and being kind. We just dumped a boatload of tip to that server because it was just so swamped in the restaurant where we were on Sunday. And again, here I am going off on this side note, but again, what I'm trying to say truly in the big essence, in the big scheme of things right now, is just take a hot minute and know that you have the choice to make. If you decide to be crabby at the restaurant when there's a big long line, and you want to be crabby with the waiter that brought the wrong food because she's a struggling single mom, start to be aware of what's going on around you and take some freaking patience. I had some people at that restaurant that weren't as patient as we were, and you have to teach patience as well. You have to become patience, and then you can teach patience. You have to become peace, teach peace. Become healthy, teach healthy. Does that make sense? Become health, teach health. So for those of you that are out there that are in the health and spiritual or health and wellness realm, continue to work on you. You make your business work. If you are a business owner, male, female, if you are a business owner in the health and wellness, healing, light worker realm, you need to help yourself. You need to heal yourself, and it's a continued thing. So take an inventory. Take an inventory of, if your business is not where you would like it to be right now, what needs to change within you. It's probably not hiring another business coach. Maybe it could be. I used to believe that hiring another business coach was going to save the day but if I wasn't working on myself and what I needed for myself and my own self-love, my own self-worth, my own self-healing, my own recovery, things like that, no coach could help me. I would have never been coachable. Okay? So for those of you that are out there that are really excited about this topic of igniting the liberators, we are all liberators. Okay? So if you've got something that you are just so passionate about fighting for, or you are so passionate about stepping up for, I'm going to give you the permission right now to step into your full potential. And you don't need any permission from me, but sometimes you need to hear it from another liberator. You writer, you light worker, you chiropractor, you massage therapist, you Reiki master. Step up. It's scary, but people need you. And you need to know that it's not always easy to market yourself, especially if you are a healer. There sometimes is a lot of, I don't want to market myself too much and be too flashy, and that's okay. I know what that feeling is like, but you also need to educate your community who you're trying to work with about your services, or they're never going to find you. So you have to start to kind of work on that. Do some self-work with that. That's where maybe you should hire that coach around that idea of Why are we having some self-limiting beliefs around marketing your services or marketing yourself or putting a video on? This is 2022, you guys. People want to hear what you have to say. If you're a practitioner and owner of a business, they want to see your videos. They want to see your goofy reels. I got on TikTok last year. It's fun. It's cute. It's whatever. I have a huge sense of humor, thank goodness. And, going to do some of the reels and the TikToks for my own business has been fun. However, it's not the primary thing that I focus on. It's just something really more for fun. And business should be fun. So utilize those tools. If you're a business owner, utilize those different tools in your business. And make sure on your websites, guys, if you have a health conscious business, make sure that you have a subscribe list. And please, 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 entrepreneurs, this is huge. I need to make note of this too. Do not add people to your email list without their permission. It's 2022. We're not doing that anymore. On my website, if you were to subscribe, there's a permission thing and you get on there. But if you are a new patient of mine and you don't want my marketing emails, I'm not going to re-add you to my marketing email list. Okay. So that's a real big key. I ended up talking to a colleague yesterday a couple colleagues recently about this. Okay, so if you do a lot of online things and you're trying to grow your email list, which is a lot of us are doing right now because we want to get our information out there, it can be a lot of emails that I see every day, and I have never subscribed to this stuff. I have to go on and unsubscribe so many times. There is a website, I'm not for sure the name of it. It's something about taking your emails off of all, I don't know if they sold your email to somebody or whatever. If anybody knows that kind of stuff, if you're really good with that stuff, I'd love to know more about how I can get my email off of these lists or whatever. If you know more, please let me know. That would be wonderful connection with you. I'm always looking for, this is my 3rd episode. I will be doing some more of these episodes where we talk about specific topics with a guest. We'll record them right here or we will do them over Zoom. So soon, very soon, I will be reaching out to my local light workers, healers, and all the feelers and seers and doers. I'm going to be reaching out to people that are interested in recording with me. Maximum 45 minutes interviews, basically just a recorded conversation between the two of us and our wins. Maybe there's a specific topic that's on your heart that you and I would have a wonderful chat around. People need to see liberators having conversations with each other. It's so much fun to see that. The aha moments happen right at that moment when you have that conversation and interview with each other. So more and more of that will come. But remember, we're going to before we wrap up today, I ignite the liberators. That could be if you are a business owner and a health and wellness entrepreneur like myself. And in fact, I have kind of 4 things kind of going right now: animal chiropractic. I have a photography business and a doTERRA business. The photography business isn't as busy as it used to be. I don't really have time for it as much anymore, but it's still available to me as a creative outlet and as a source of income. And I still love to do it. I know I have a wedding this summer. Some of you might not even know that I have a photography business, Christina Lee Photography on Facebook. I don't even have a website anymore, you guys. It's just kind of like, it's still there. I enjoy doing photography also for my own artwork here in the office. I have a few pieces of mine. All of my dogs, their canvases were done by me. That's that part of that human design piece, which we'll talk about, liberating, a little bit more about yourself and who you're meant to serve. It's really important to kind of get that deeper dive of learning more about yourself. I don't know about you, but I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly diving into personal development, spiritual development, mental development, emotional development, structural development, which is getting chiropractic adjustments every week, if not twice a week, nutritional development, all right, relationship development, entrepreneur development. I don't know about you, but I get really kind of almost addicted to that kind of stuff, and that's okay. Because for me, that's where I know that I need to continue to do the work. And that's what I say about when I say about doing the work, your healing of your nervous system and your old stuff, your healing of the things that are happening in your life right now. If you have a chronic illness right now and you're in a health and wellness business, you need to take care of yourself.
A lot of people are in health and wellness because they went through something, and they healed from that. So continue to do what you need to do, healer and light worker. And just know that I did the same thing. I was healing and I was working on patients. But now I finally feel that I've had the biggest breakthrough in my life over the last 6 months, and I'm ready to share about what that feels like when you fully step into yourself and you start to use your voice and you start to share your wins. Someone out there is going to need you. That one line, that one sentence of encouragement from you, light worker, okay? How do you know if you're a light worker? I don't know. Some people had asked me that, you kind of call yourself a light worker. I'm like, well, I don't know what else to call myself besides, yes, I'm a chiropractor. That's my profession. But at the bigger realm, I would say light workers are multi-talented in helping human, animal, people, places. Okay, we have a little different energy. But we're all light workers. We're all liberators. Every human being that's alive and walking this planet is that. Okay? It's just some of us have made it our life's mission to continue to shine light. Okay? Continue to shine truth. Continue to help bring hope to the hopeless. Continue to bring health to the unhealthy. Continue to change the mindset of a sick person. To upgrade the attitude of somebody in need. That's really what we're saying. Every moment, every moment, every moment. And for me, being a truly open book and an open empath, I do definitely know that I'll be doing more, episodes around boundaries. This boundary. So yeses are yeses, noes are noes. Don't work Sundays. All these different things. We're going to talk about that. That's at least a few things from my life. Sundays are just a day that I need to take for myself so I can rejuvenate, recuperate, renew, and be ready strong from Monday through Friday, which with 4 businesses. Okay, the Animal Chiro is launching so soon, you guys. I know if you're listening to this and you're wondering if I've started yet, I'm taking a waiting list for Dog and Horse, 218-789-1811. Get on my waiting list because I have some businessy things that I'm still working on behind. I'm tying up some loose ends behind the scenes. And once that's ready to go, I'm going to be reaching out to all of those people on that waiting list we're ready to go. Okay, we'll be ready to go. I know that I'm learning from other animal chiropractors right now, from Texas, from Kentucky, from this area. I'm learning from a lot of different people right now, and we're collaborating together. So probably we'll have some animal chiropractors as guests on this podcast as well. But again, today's message is all about I ignite the liberators. If you're in health and wellness, if you have a business of any kind, take this information and just roll with it today. Go ignite the liberators. That's how you build a team. That's how you build a business. That's how you build, you share your mission and your purpose. And my mission at Craft Chiropractic has always been to serve as many beautiful people and now animals as divinely possible with quality chiropractic care. As many people, beautiful people and animals as divinely possible. As many as possible. And as I change my schedule, I'll be able to serve even more. Okay? So when you are tired, health and wellness entrepreneur, take your rest, take your vacation, take your time off. Okay? But focus on the things that are going to liberate your health, your time in nature, sleep, rest, sunlight, good food, good relationships. Get the toxic relationships out of your circle. That's another topic I know that I'll talk about as I've had to do that over the last 7 years, 5 years, 2 years. A lot of changes there too. Ignite the liberators. Give people a chance. Thinking about that time at the restaurants this last week. Give people a chance though too, right? Be kind. Be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself first, and then you can share that with others. That's a big key right now. Okay? We can't, if we're not healthy, we're not going to be towards others. We're not going to, be calm, be calm with others. Okay? It's not always possible to be calm all the time. I understand that. But the more and more you work on it, the more and more you get better at it. And you master the skill of being confident and calm. And I would have to say calm is a superpower that I never used to have, and I have more of it and more of it all the time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful blessing. Being calm in the storm. Being calm when you're called to do something that you just feel like you are not ready for. Okay, and those of you that are listening to this, you might understand you've got something at you, coming at you. You're being called to do something. You're being called to start that business. You're being called to be a foster parent. You're being called to rescue a horse. You're being called to get something changed in your community. You're being called to write that book. You're being called to start a project that you've been waiting to do or something like that. Whatever, how big or small it is. When you're called to do something, all of a sudden you have the energy. And that, to me, truly, from a faith-based perspective, is what we call the holy light, the holy experience, the Holy Spirit. When the Holy Spirit is running through you, you have all of a sudden the energy. So make sure, those of you that are in business, that you find some type of faith life and you stick with it and you put it first. God, family, business. I remember working at Keller Williams, and if it's still that way, God, family, business. And nothing has changed. I can't have my business without God and family. I can't have, the things that I'm up to without a faith-based lifestyle or spiritual-based lifestyle. It's huge for me. It's what keeps me going every day. And for those of you that know what it feels like to be filled with the Holy Spirit, you are almost unstoppable. You have to do the things that are brought to you. You have to fulfill that destiny. You have to do that goal. You have to do the thing. And I'm not saying it's a buying a house or something like that, but it may be, but what's the purpose of the house? Is it to bring in foster children? Is there a bigger calling that you don't even know yet? So that's the fun thing. That's the fun stuff. Like, why are you doing something? Why? What's your mission as a family? What's your mission as a business owner? What's your mission and value system? Okay. And I'm working on that. Sometimes it's hard for me when I say I ignite the Liberators. It's like, you guys, I know you all have something that's waking and shaking inside of you that's ready to bloom. Whether it's a business, an idea, a patent, a something. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to be perfect? Are you waiting to be ready? I know what that feels like because I did that a lot. And I still can do it, but not near like I used to. What are you waiting for? Do you have something to create? Do you have a gift that you need to share with the world? That's what I'm saying. Liberate yourself, liberate others. You have gifts and talents and skills that other people are seeking. So many of you are working at a job right now you're working in your skills, but maybe there's something else that you need to be doing that you could do for yourself. Being self-employed. Being self-employed is it's the American dream. I would believe that, in fact, I just had a conversation with a chiropractor out of Minneapolis the other day, and we're going to be doing a Reclaim You recording on Health Freedom for Humanity Minnesota coming up on April 1st. It's going to be on our Telegram channel. Health Freedom for Humanity on Telegram, April 1st. I think it's going to be at noon Central. We're going to be talking about today's health freedom entrepreneur. I'm really excited to talk to him about that. He was saying to me how today, truly the American dream is to go to college, or, let's just say the American dream is not to go to college and get a job. The American dream is to go to school, go to college, and start your own business. I think that's the American dream. At least that is for me. And for those of you that speaks to, tune in on April 1st. I'll probably do a little poke at this next week too. April 1st, 12 p.m., Health Freedom for Humanity Minnesota will be going live, and the recording will be available too after that. We'll be on Telegram with that. Okay, guys? Thanks again for listening today. I ignite the Liberators. So remember, as these firecrackers that we are supposed to be helping in our businesses, in our community, as these people rise up, they will naturally choose to liberate and ignite others. So it takes one person, you, Liberator, or for myself, it takes me just lighting up one patient that then they share
the news about how great chiropractic is to other people, and that's how you build a business. You have to put the fire in yourself first, chiropractor or healer. Then you get out there and you teach your patients to do the same. That's how you grow a business. Okay? You help people one at a time. And the last thing that I do want to say, I have a Mother Teresa quote on my wall over here. I have to grab it. Okay, we worry so much about, we'll end the day with this. We worry so much about how many followers, right? So many of you are worrying about how many followers you have and everything. Well, wouldn't quality matter more than quantity, right? When we're working with people, quality versus quantity. And the quality of the people that we work with refer more quality people, okay? That are meant to work with you, that are meant to seek your services, that are meant to be aligned with your values and gifts, okay? Chiropractors and healers out there, you are not meant to work with everybody. I know you've heard this before, but if you haven't heard this before, you're hearing again, you are not meant to serve everybody. Some people aren't meant to work with you. They're meant to go to another chiropractor or to another healer. And some can change to work with you, but others, sometimes we have to just send them to the next best place for them if they're not meant for you, okay? And this talks about that numbers thing. This is a Mother Teresa quote on my wall. It says, never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time and always start with the person nearest you. And I would have to say, if you're not helping anybody in a given day, then if it's the nearest person, it's yourself, right? Never worry about numbers. Help one person at a time and always start with the person nearest to you. One day at a time, one person at a time, Liberators. You have the ability to change the consciousness, the health, the hope of your community, of your family, of your friends. You, Liberator, you healer, you light worker, you have the ability to do it all. You do. So stay well yourself. Stay healthy. Get your rest. Sleep is so important. I'm going to be talking more about sleep over the next few months. Focus on your sleep right now. You need it because there's big shifts coming for so many of you, okay, including myself. So get your sleep. Find this recording on Instagram, Craft Chiropractic's Facebook page, Dr. Christina Craft's YouTube channel, and subscribe, please, to my YouTube channel. I'll be putting more content out there, especially around horse and dog chiropractic over the next few months for sure, probably the next year. And this is where those recordings will be. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. And as I finish this last few moments, I would say, if you know somebody that in your circle that's struggling with a business right now, reach out and help them. Reach out and help them. Offer them your mentorship and your support. Even if you don't have mentorship as a service, reach out and help them, because what's going to happen is you're going to liberate them. And then all of a sudden it's happening. I'm helping a couple of people right now, just kind of help liberate. And it's really, really nice to see we're liberating each other. We're helping each other. And so there's no more competition, health and wellness entrepreneur. There's so many of you out there that there's so many of us and so many people to serve. So instead of being in competition with each other, light each other up and help each other out where you can. Partner up, collaborate, mastermind, brainstorm with each other. Especially chiropractors, partner up with other chiropractors and learn from each other. We have so much more to learn from each other than not. So it's time. It's time to collaborate. It's time to group think. It's time to mastermind and link arms. How we can better serve, and liberate more people in our communities. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in to episode 3 of Turn the Power On with Dr. Christina. I'm your host, Dr. Christina Craft. If you're curious about my services, you can find me at drchristinacraft.com, or you can call the office at 218-789-1811. I'm located on Main Avenue in Moorhead. All right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.